I'm glad he doesn't have bangs. I would not have been able to sit and watch this movie if he had a full-on coconut head.
Skeletor and Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Why is he Skeletor?
Maybe this is supposed to be redeeming for him.
Maybe.
I mean, Jared Leto made his comeback as Skeletor.
Yeah. And you know what?
Without doing the stupid voice from the cartoon, he actually was the cartoon Skeletor.
But that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted the high-pitched, man, He-Man.
By the power of Grayskull, in this episode, we are continuing our summer of movies because we have just watched Masters of the Universe. In this episode, we will be doing our spoiler-free discussion of our feelings of the film. We will be sharing our team review score. And at the end of the episode, we will be getting into the spoilery discussion about all of the fun surprises that happened in the film. Because this is Eat Sleep Nerd, a show where you can check out, go AFK, and relax with us as we discuss all things nerd. I'm your show host, Corey Winter. Joining me here, we have our nerdy friend, Jason Summer.
Good journey.
We have my lovely wife, Cynthia Winter.
Shalom.
And we have our geeky friend, Christian James.
Forgot a line.
Line.
All right, Jason.
You're not off book yet?
I will let you have your sword back. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Take it. Take it. I don't have.
You're
I'm not worthy.
okay.
Yeah, you're not in a loincloth.
Right. Can we pass this when we?
No, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's too much.
All right.
That's a. Oh,
All right,
turn it off.
I'm turning it off. Turn it off. The power of Grayskull, just turn it off. Okay.
All right, I forgot to mention in the intro that this is the live action film, the most recent live action film, the brand new live action film that is based on the hit toy and television show from the 1980s. So it has a long history.
It actually had a revamp in the early 2000s, and then also Netflix did a series as well.
Sure.
So it's been the last couple decades. It's been going.
Yeah.
And kind of clawing onto life, hanging on.
See, and to your point, I have not really heard of any of that stuff. So
Okay.
Yeah, this is. We should note, Jason here, the big Masters of the Universe fan here in the room.
Yeah.
So I do want you to kind of, paint the picture of what this film is for us. So to kind of tell us what the movie is all about and what just the history, like how it plays into the history of He-Man and
Sure.
everything.
Yeah. So without getting into too many spoilers, I'm going to say that the movie does really well paying homage and to the original cartoon, and it's in a really fun way. Having said that, the story is that we're in Eternia. He-Man or Prince Adam is a young boy. He's learning how to become a prince, and then Skeletor's forces come in and tear up the place, and they get Prince Adam off Earth with the sword to protect it. And basically, it's all about how does he come back, and if he does, how does he save Eternia?
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Good
I don't want to ruin
summation.
too much of it.
And I will say, I've never seen Masters of the Universe prior to last week. You actually made us all watch, I guess, the pilot episode of the
We
show.
watched the first episode of the 1983, 84. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess, have you guys watched any He-Man prior to this?
That's as much as I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a couple because my dad was like a huge nerd about showing us like older cartoons. It wasn't until later on in life I realized Bugs Bunny came around in like the 50s. And I was like,
30s and 40s.
yeah, even later than that. And so, yeah, like there was always like Hanna-Barbera cartoons on and like other like
You watched
adventurous.
Boomerang a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, Boomerang was on a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the big fan of the ring.
So what did you think of the one episode that we watched? So how did it help, or did it help going it out?
It definitely helped. It definitely helped.
Yeah.
And like, I think just any kid growing up is loosely familiar with He-Man and Skeletor specifically, but I didn't really know any of the other characters going into this movie aside from what we watched.
Right.
But yeah, I think that definitely helped at least set up just the vibe of what this movie could be.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad that we watched that one 20-minute episode.
Right.
Before, like, you can go into this movie with no prior knowledge and be totally fine.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I had seen, like you said, just to get the feeling of the show and like the humor and the interactions and just the style of it helped with the movie a lot.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, good. I'm glad that we did that thing. Okay.
As per usual, I do want to start off by sharing our individual review scores and then compiling all of them. Compiling
Go with it.
all of them together to give us the overall Eat Sleep Nerd scores on a scale of 1 to 5. We do allow decimal points, but then when we average them together, I round up or down to give us a nice even number.
The asterisk on that sentence is I round up or down to suit my wins.
I mean, it's not like small ups and downs. You're like,
What's
if it's a
a quarter of a
3.74, you're like, no, it's a 4.
If it's a 7 and up, it goes up.
That's such a big, but when you're on a 5-point scale,
Then
it's such a big difference.
the point of the decimal?
Right.
To make
Anyway,
everyone happy.
yes,
I didn't
proceed.
even use a decimal at this point
proceed.
this time. so.
Proceed.
All right, we'll save the Masters of the Universe fan for last. So, Christian, you're going first. What is your score?
I gave it a 4.3.
Okay. All right, not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty high up there. All right, Cynthia.
I didn't feel like using decimals. I gave it a 4.
Heck yeah, that's the spirit. All right, I'm actually right. Okay, before I give my score, for the people that do watch all of our reviews, I'll probably get flamed in the comments for this because I gave Mandalorian Grogu a higher score than what I'm about to give this. But I probably,
Yeah, you suck.
yeah, I don't.
You're actually the worst.
It is what it is.
I can
Flame
say
on.
that.
It is what it is. I'm giving it a 4. It's a 4. Yeah. All right, Jason. What
Yeah.
you got?
I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll let you kick off why. But before we do, I do want to say that gives us, with essentially 3 4s plus a 3, it's a 3.8. So we're going to bump that up to a 4. A nice even 4 out of 5 for us here at Eat Sleep Nerds. So,
But then again, 3.8
that's pretty
also
close.
tells the story,
Yeah.
and then 4 is just faking it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, like, if you look at, like, on Amazon or on Prime, when you see a 5-star rating and it's a 3.8, it's 3 stars and most of the 4th star filled out. So, I mean, that's more telling than the 4th star completely filled out. I'm sorry. I would pick the 4-star over the 3.8 star. I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying
Okay.
it's a 4 out of 5 from us here at Eat Sleep Nerd
Okay.
for Masters of the Universe.
Fine. All right.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty high marks.
Yeah.
So, Jason.
Yeah.
Before we get into the spoiler stuff, which we'll
Yeah.
save for the end, just tell us your feelings about this film. And I guess the reason you're down a little bit is because of how it relates to the show.
Yeah, no.
Just-
So I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
I want to say that. So I try to be objective with my ratings versus whether or not I enjoyed the movie. So I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I think you should go see it in theaters. Now, the reason that I gave it a 3 is because it wasn't a well-written movie to me.
Mm.
I think there was there were some story points that really needed some elaboration. The way that they handled some of the storytelling, I think, was a little lazy. And they missed some beats that I think could have paid off later on. So, having said that, I also, I think I had a different idea of what the movie was going to be like
Okay.
from the trailers versus what the movie actually ended up being. So I had to realign expectations while
Sure.
watching the movie, and that took me out of it a bit. So that's not necessarily the movie's fault. It's kind of the, it's
We'll circle back
Yeah,
around to that
so
because I
anyway.
do want to have
Yeah.
all of us share feelings first.
Yeah.
But that is a good thing that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But
But other than that, I mean, really, seriously, a fun movie. Could have used some work. It made me think of the old sword and sorcery movies from the early 80s.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Just really campy, a lot of fun. Not wonderful, but man,
who was
it hit the
expecting
spot.
it
It
to
hit
be?
the spot.
But it's
So-
an adventure.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
adventure, and it's bombastic, you
Yeah.
know. So anyway, those are my thoughts.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll
Overall
go.
feelings. All right.
Yeah, I felt kind of like Jason, but it reminded me of the cartoon where a lot of things were
Silly.
easy
Mm.
to move the
Yeah.
like the story along, and it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, you would expect that out of a cartoon.
Mhm.
Why not the movie?
Right. Sure.
And yeah, there were some things that were like kind of skipped over or pushed to the side to move along at something else. But like, and there's one other thing I'll probably talk about in the Spoiler.
Yeah, I got a lot of points. Too. Spoilers,
but yeah, I still enjoyed it. It's still a great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'd go see it in the theater now.
All right, what about you?
So I may have watched the trailer for this. If I did, I don't remember because I really didn't care to go see this movie. I'm glad I did. Like I'm glad we did. It didn't interest me up front. I didn't watch the trailer, and if I did, I don't remember it. But it was what I expected it to be and nothing more, which is perfect. Because having watched one episode, like the pilot episode of the animated series, I was like, after the movie, I was like, that was a good live action adaptation of a silly 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
And I think the way, and I'll talk about it more, I won't get into it, but I think the way they handled the humor and specifically the awkward moments was dead on with an 80s cartoon that you watch now and you're like, I hate the way this feels. Yes, they did a really good job with that. And to me, the movie being exactly what I expected it to be is why I gave it such a high score, because it didn't try to be anything else. I feel like the writers really understood you can't take the feeling of the animated series and totally change it for live action. Like, you have to keep some of the silliness, you have to keep some of the weirdness, you have to keep a lot of the cringe, and you have to pass a lot of things off as just, I know I'm a real person playing this part, but here's how this is going to happen. And like this one guy flying off the edge in this big panoramic scene, just because like you have to have the cartoon factor in the live action. So I think they handled it well.
Okay. So I will say, I mean, I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to. Jason, I was not excited to go see this movie.
You guys are good sports. I know nobody really was. Like, I was the one who was excited about it. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Like, I felt 5 years old again. It was amazing.
To be fair, I never want to go see a movie anymore. But
you actually
she
told me I'm probably going to fall asleep during this. And she did. And she didn't.
But I didn't.
So but I knew. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm surprised by your guys' scores too.
It was much better than Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
They're going to come for you.
I was very worried it was going to feel like a cheap movie just because of the context of these bombastic, over-the-top characters. So I think they did a very good job of balancing the goofiness with the seriousness and just the care for the characters as much as I know the story of the characters. And I think a lot of the times it felt like Thor Ragnarok, but occasionally it kind of crossed over into Love and Thunder with some of the comedy. Yeah. And that's kind of what brought me down to a 4. So like it was pretty good. Like, it was up there in a very entertaining film, but just to your point, I think a lot of the writing just was very weak.
Yeah. And
a lot of that was with how they tried to work in the comedy. But overall, it was very well done. It was a very well-made film. I think I'm going to talk about Jared Leto, but we'll save that for a second. But yeah, I thought it was a very good film. If you just want to go see, I would call it a popcorn film, don't you think?
This is a summer film. Yeah. This is a summer blockbuster film.
Yeah, you can't take it too seriously, but if you just want to go have a nice, fun evening at the movies, we would highly recommend this one.
I mean, the audience clapped in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
packed theater, opening night for us.
Yeah.
And I will say, this is our first time doing a D-Box theater.
Right?
And we were just
I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated. Yeah. I was like, eh.
I mean, I feel like we needed to see a different movie.
Yeah, this
like
this
Top
was
Gun.
not it.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah, this wasn't it.
That did not factor into our score.
No.
It was a fun experience.
It's like folding a sheet.
I want to add one more point to my score.
Sure.
I didn't always understand what Skeletor was saying.
Yeah.
So that took me out of it, and I was very frustrated with that. And so that added to my lower score.
It happened a lot.
Yeah.
And like, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, it was like, he's like, I'm talking like Skeletor.
And like we were in a very good theater that has good speakers. Like, that was not the issue.
It was only Skeletor. It wasn't anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll circle back to the Jared Leto and Skeletor aspect of it, because obviously that is a big aspect of this film. But I do want to circle back and to kind of kick things going with how the trailer kind of portrayed what this film would be.
Yeah.
Because I know you had some pretty strong feelings about that.
So to me, I thought this was the way that to me it was portrayed in the trailers was it was going to be a more mature more serious version of the just strongly influenced from the 80s cartoon. I mean, you saw in the trailers, like everything just like it looks like it came from the cartoon, the design of the sword, the Cringer, all the names of the bad guys, all the names of the good guys, it's all from the cartoon. Even Tila's like uniform looks almost exactly like it had the same color scheme and everything. So Man-at-Arms, same thing. So it was very clearly from the 80s cartoon, but I thought it was gonna be more serious. So and having to realign my expectations in the middle of the movie, that also took me out. Now, I don't know if that was just me watching the trailer incorrectly or trailers incorrectly. I don't know, but that's so I didn't expect it to be as campy and goofy and silly as it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Like we had the trailer playing here in the background, and we don't have the sound on, but it's definitely not playing it for a lot of laughs. It definitely did seem to have a more serious tone.
Yeah.
At least for the debut trailer, I'm sure follow-up trailers might have shut off a little bit more of the humor, but I wouldn't really call it that. Like I feel like it was definitely more of the goofiness of like a Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder.
It's funny you say that because sometimes the music made me think of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I love the music in this, by the way. The music was, I loved.
I think it was Daniel Pemberton. I saw his name in the credits.
Okay.
I only saw like one song and it said Daniel Pemberton, so I'm guessing he did most of the
also
score.
Brian May from Queen wrote, wrote the guitar. Oh my God.
Would you guys agree with his statement that it didn't seem like it was the movie that was kind of
like just watching that trailer, like yes, all those scenes were in there, but that is very out of context from the feeling of the actual movie.
Yeah, there was
Which
like zero goofs in that.
Yeah, that was very serious.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't remember that going in.
So yeah, music obviously a big part of this as well. That they had some bangers. And
the score was really good.
I guess there's a few you don't want to really call out because it kind of
Well, I'll talk about it later.
Well, stay tuned for the spoiler stuff. But yeah, score was great. You were mentioning what's his name?
Daniel Pemberton,
which did Project Hail Mary.
I saw his name on at least one of the credits for one of the pieces that played in it, and it went by too fast, and I didn't look at the others, so I don't know if he was like the main composer or just I don't know, but.
Yes, he was the main composer.
Cool.
It was a good score.
Yes.
The score helped a lot. I mean, the movie didn't need the score to support it, but it definitely did. Like, it helped.
You might also, if you haven't seen Project Hail Mary perhaps.
What are you doing? What are you doing if you haven't seen Project Hail Mary?
She's not talking to you. She's talking to
No, you're not part of this. Watch Project Hail Mary.
He also did the scores for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as well as Across the Spider-Verse.
Cool.
So he's had some bangers.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some other aspects of this film we could really talk about without spoilers? Action.
I like the way they handled the character names.
Yeah.
And I know that like I'm not really sure it's a spoiler.
Yeah, it is.
Like I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I mean, you said like the names of the characters in the cartoon are the same as the characters in the movie, but I like the way they handled it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is a spoiler on how they handle it.
Yeah, which is why I didn't say it,
Jason.
And I guess it kind of ties into what I was saying about they didn't make it a cheap film because stuff like that could have very obviously just been goofy in live action. They handled with grace.
That's what I was like. That's the main thing I was worried about. I was like, how do you have a main character named He-Man?
Yeah.
and
it'd be serious.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
And like, how do you have all this and make it something that is tolerable to sit through if they're trying to make it so serious? But no, they did it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the action was really good. Like, especially a lot of the fight scenes. Like, it could have fallen into the trope of like the super zoomed in fight scene.
Yeah.
Where it was just like a bunch of CG everywhere. But no, there was actually some really good hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it was satisfying. It was a satisfying movie. It really was. Yeah. Just enjoyable. Like it just hit the sweet spot for a summer action movie. Sword and sorcery. That's all it is. Enjoy it.
I'm glad they made his hair look better. cartoon. I'm
Yeah.
glad he doesn't have bangs. I would not have been able to sit and watch this movie if he had a full-on coconut head.
From the 80s cartoon.
I couldn't do it.
I will say there were a few things about, I guess, the production as a whole that kind of took me out a little bit. Namely, he was very obviously, like, before he becomes He-Man, he's very obviously buff as all get out underneath that button-down shirt.
Yeah.
So, like, they didn't even try to hide it. Like, he's not supposed to have those muscles yet until he becomes... We know he's He-Man.
That is not a spoiler.
But no, it was just stuff like that. Like, I feel like they... A lot of the times when you film stuff like that where you go through, like, a transformation, they either do it through CGI, like they did Captain America in his first movie. Yeah. Or they film the weak part of it months ahead of time, and then they go back and film once he's beefed up in real life.
I think they just did some really good makeup contouring on his face.
Yeah.
Because his face was noticeably different.
Yeah.
Like, they hid his muscles early on, but after he
his hair is different too, and it frames his face differently.
The jawline happened.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
He looked very soft beforehand.
They gave him
they didn't show his arms.
He just had like a really bad posture most of the time.
Yeah,
and I was like, we see those boulders underneath that shirt. Like, what are you doing?
The characterization helped make it believable.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, he was jacked.
Okay, so let me ask you this. And at any point in the history of this franchise, was he ever the kid that was not yet He-Man, or was he always just the established He-Man?
He was actually, I believe, in the most recent ones on Netflix. It's Revelations, and I can't remember the other one. Yeah, he's actually a younger prince in that. Now, not as young, but he's a younger prince, and he transforms into an adult He-Man when he transforms in that. So
like Shazam. Like Shazam.
Like Shazam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I was kind of annoyed by the weaker characterization. He would like, I'm not this powerful guy. I'm just this guy that's looking for the power. Like he came across as too much of a wimp to me.
They did try really hard to make him really wimpy.
Yeah, and that was kind of annoying, honestly.
Yeah,
it got old at a point, but it also took an hour and 10 minutes. For him to become He-Man.
Yeah.
I didn't check my phone or anything. Definitely not. It took an hour and 10 or an hour and 20 minutes.
That's funny.
I know. So yeah, I think it was just that. Like it was him just being annoying, plus the writing of how they worked in some of the comedy is what brought me down a little bit. Yeah. All right. Anything else before we get into the spoilers?
I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, very much did.
Yeah.
Very much did.
I'm glad.
I don't regret seeing it, which is a successful movie.
There you go.
Because I've had several.
So we're watching Scary Movie, right?
You have fun with that.
You have fun with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you guys are going to watch He-Man with me, we're going to watch this.
No.
Scary movie.
Not serious.
Oh, okay.
All right. I will say, before we get into the spoilery stuff, on IMDb, out of almost 3,000 user reviews at this point, it's sitting at a 7 out of 10. And then over on Rotten Tomatoes...
So that'd be like closer to like a 3.7 or 3.8, wouldn't it be? Just saying.
Is that how the math comes? Over on Rotten Tomatoes, it's currently sitting at a critic score of 73%. So yet again, 73% of critics gave it a positive score. And then the audience, popcorn meter?
Yeah.
The audience popcorn meter right now is at an 89%. So 89% of audience gives us a thumbs up. It's not bad. Yet again, not bad. All right. So, before we get into the spoilers, as a reminder, we're giving this a 4 out of 5 from Eat Sleep Nerd.
3.8.
And
he's got too much power. That's what his problem is. He's got too much power.
And we highly recommend that you go see this in theaters. And if you have not yet seen this in theaters, you might want to tune away because we are getting into spoilers for the rest of this episode. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah.
All right, so if you've gotten this far and you have not yet seen the film,
it's your own fault.
Watcher beware. We're going to talk about some of the just story stuff, but also some of the surprises along the way.
Also, if you've come this far and you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, please take a moment. Yeah,
please.
All right.
You'll have the power.
Yeah.
All right.
By the power of YouTube. Anyway, okay.
I did want to talk about the acting, but it's kind of hard to talk about the acting without talking about the characterization, which gets very close to spoilers. So I do want to start off by talking about Skeletor and Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So that's kind of everyone's reaction to the casting of Jared Leto. It's just, oh my God, why is he in this film? Because it just seems he has a track record to this point. Every single film he's in just bombs.
Right.
Despite the fact that he has a pretty awesome just acclaim from his previous film. Like, he has an Oscar. He's a very good actor. It's just he's cursed or something. So when he was cast in this, it was just an odd choice.
Yeah.
And I just have to wonder at this point if his agents just came to the studio and just like, can you please put Jared Leto in this if you put a mask on him and cover up his voice so you don't know it's him? Because at no point does it at any point tell you that it's Jared Leto. Like, if you didn't know it was Jared Leto, you have no idea.
There's no way. You know it, yeah.
So why is he Skeletor?
Maybe this is supposed to be redeeming for him.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
And Jared Leto makes his comeback as Skeletor.
Yeah. And you know what? Whatever part of his performance was not just done in post, good job. He nailed. I love Skeletor's portrayal in this film.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun. I mean, it was a fun movie. Yeah.
I was worried Skeletor would be actually intolerable.
Yeah.
So they did a good job.
Yeah.
Because he was not intolerable.
I mean, without doing the stupid voice from the cartoon, he actually was the cartoon Skeletor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I liked the nods to how stupid the laugh is.
Yeah.
Like, without overdoing it, they did it like once at the beginning.
Yeah. Right.
And then they had him laugh a couple more times, but it's not the same Skeletor laugh. But it was close enough that you could tell it was on purpose.
But that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted the high-pitched voice. He-Man.
Sorry.
I mean, he got very close to it.
A couple
Kinda.
times.
And it was essentially just his Joker laugh, which is probably why he was cast as this. But
Yeah. But like the whole time, like, just hearing his voice, I just saw Scar on the screen.
Yeah.
He just sounded like Scar from Lion King,
interesting.
it's not what I pictured.
but not Skeletor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like, so saying, playing for laughs, a lot of his moments. Like at the very beginning where he does the first laugh, and he raises to the sky, and it's just like this awkward silence once he's done laughing. He's just like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
He's like, that's when we're done. That's when we leave. When my fist is in the air.
Like, I love that. Like, I love those moments. Because, like, that was really, like, the first big bah-ha-ha moment.
Yeah.
Like, before that, like, there was a couple of laughs, but, like, that was really the first big, like, oh, that's a joke.
To me, it perfectly took the feeling. Because, like, those awkward moments don't happen in the cartoon, but it's what the audience feels when you see Skeletor going, and you're like, oh, let's move it. So they took the audience's reaction and built it into the movie, and I really liked that because it was funny.
And he said he called people ridiculous things throughout the film.
Right. Like, you boob. Like,
like boob and like butt worms, I think was one of them.
No.
Well,
No, he said
you are nothing but worms.
You're nothing but
beneath my
worms, and
feet.
then Man at Arms said butt worms.
Butt
Yeah.
worms. It's like that kind of humor.
Yeah.
It felt very not adult humor, but the type of humor that people build into cartoons for the adults that are forced to watch them with their kids.
Yeah.
It felt very much like that being plugged in, which was nice.
I got the feeling that everybody had fun making this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody just hammed it up, over the topped it, and just had fun. And that came through. For whether or not you didn't like the movie or not, I think you're going to feel that come through. You'd be like, okay, they had fun.
Yeah.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't really realize he was going to be in this film. Because I guess I noticed he was in the trailer, but like I kind of forgot. So when he showed up again, I was like, oh, hey. Like, yeah, that was awesome. And he was great.
Yeah.
He had fun. He had so much fun. He got to say butt worms.
Butt worms.
And he was a convincing Man at Arms too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You could.
He was a good character.
He was. He was one of the grounding characters in the movie. In the movie. So, and he did a good job at it.
Yeah. So you're talking about the nicknames, or I guess not the nicknames, but like the names of everyone, and how they explain that. Do you want to kind of tell us what happened?
Sure.
And
So he's at the beginning of the movie. I think they said he was 10. I thought he was younger than that.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the casting.
Well, he's supposed to be small 10. That's the thing. Yeah.
You're right. So he was supposed to be 10 years old. I pictured him at like 7, maybe, but he's supposed to be a very small 10-year-old. And once he's on Earth, and it shows like some flashbacks of him as a child, and it's like, bring in a drawing of a figure from history. And of course, his history is Eternia. So he's bringing in a picture of Ram Man, which he has named because he was a 10-year-old child.
Right.
And so there's He-Man and Ram Man and Mechaneck and Trapjaw.
I'm so glad you remembered Mechaneck.
Yeah. And what were the other? Oh, Fisto.
When they ram that one down your throat.
Okay, how do you not? That one was funny.
But I thought it was such a good in-universe way to explain all the names.
And it's like, we got to the very end of the movie, like it's the last scene, and they're standing there, and I was like, never once have the words He-Man been uttered in this film. And I was like, are they just going to ignore it? And then they do this whole awkward scene at the end where he's going through these names, and they're like, yeah, you know what? And then they're like, did you have a name for yourself? And he goes, no. And like, it worked. It was a cute way to handle it. And I'm glad that the truly terrible, stupid names that all of these characters have that are so silly and so 80s was not trying to be anything else. It was just, let's keep these stupid names and find a way to make it work.
Because so in the movie, those were not their names. Clearly. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To them, that was not their name.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't the real. Like we never got them.
We never got their real names.
But thanks to a 10-year-old, that was their name for the movie.
They did make it very clear that like a kid named these, and we're just going with it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I guess tying it back into just our feelings of the film, this was actually a good explanation of kind of where the writing was a little weak. Towards the beginning, where they're in name of the place? Eternia, thank you. I'm terrible with
or Eternus. Yeah,
they said both. Is
so
Eternus
Eternia is
planet?
the planet, and then Eternus is the city or the kingdom.
Sure. So before He-Man gets sent to Earth to be the young boy that's growing up without the sword, Eternus is under attack.
Right.
And it was so awkward because it's very clearly already under attack. Like, things are blowing up. And then Idris Elba comes out and is just like, we're under attack.
Yeah,
I'm
like no Sherlock.
Well,
I had the same thought.
Well, it's like in the pilot episode that you made us watch, doesn't it start off with the sorceress looking out the window? Or was this the movie? I don't know. And she's like, sir, Skeletor's in the castle. And then he and 2 other people walk in immediately.
2 seconds later.
It's like, thanks for the heads up. So that's how I saw it. It was directly like that.
So maybe it should have.
Maybe it was on purpose.
Yeah.
But see, but that's kind of where you lose the audience, though. Like what part's supposed to be the throwback or the nod, and what part's supposed to be serious, and did you lose the audience?
Yeah.
So, I had a hard time with how they showed that he coped as Adam on Earth. I would think that by the time he was this mid-20s, late 20s person, he would realize he can't talk about Eternia.
Yeah.
And he's talking about Eternia and driving people off because he's still being crazy about it. And I'm sorry.
And I guess, how old was he supposed to be at that point?
25.
That's what I'm saying. 25, 26.
It was like 15 years later.
He was 10 and they said
15, so 25.
years.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has a full-time job. Like, he's an adult. He's going on blind dates, I guess.
Yeah.
He's just telling people about his past.
Yeah. Now I would have taken that if it was established that the date he was on was a long-term girlfriend, and he's finally saying, "Okay, I got to tell you some truths." They didn't do that. It was just it was just a date, and he's like just spilling it on her. Like, okay, clearly by the time you turn 25, you run into enough of these situations where you've learned to just shut your mouth about
And they
it.
made a point about that too, like with him bringing the project to school and being made fun of as a younger child, like a 12-year-old. He's obviously been facing this.
So that was where the
time.
majority of my problem with the movie was the writing about how it was handled, how he grew up and lived on Earth, and handled it. I'm like, they could have done that differently.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I will say the fact that they leaned into the meme in a tasteful way, even just for the moment, with the song.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. They played the What's Up song.
How can you make this movie and not put that in there? And so they did, and it was well done. It was like, if somehow you've lived under a rock long enough and have not seen that in the past of the internet, like that was my entire history of anything about He-Man was seeing He-Man with his stupid little bob going, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Like, that was my only entry point into He-Man. And they put the song in there, and it was wonderful.
This shows you how, just despite the fact that my job is the internet, how disconnected I am from the internet. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's amazing.
I'm surprised because it is old internet.
How have you not worked really hard to be that way? Like, I'm so surprised that you just haven't seen these things, and it's not on purpose.
I don't spend my time doom scrolling, so
you don't have. Do you know how old that is?
We're talking 15 years or better. Yeah, it has to be. So
I went outside.
Yeah, well into high school. Yeah.
So did I.
So there were a lot. So He-Man has, and Masters of the Universe has had some sort of pop influence since it came out in 84, 83, 84. So we've got 40 plus years of some influence, and they nodded to a lot of it in this movie, whether it be the What's Up meme song from the internet. I don't know if you guys caught this, but Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I was going to bring that one up. Yeah.
You're like,
cameo.
Okay, did you know why he was in there?
I recognized him.
Do you know why he was in there?
He was He-Man.
Okay, you did know that. Okay.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played He-Man in the 1987 Masters of the Universe, which...
Okay. I don't recognize that.
Okay.
So.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And
that's the best part.
And the good journey that he does is from Masters of the Universe.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
also, one of the bad guys was a bad guy from that movie, which was not from the cartoon. It was specifically from that movie.
Oh.
From the 1987 movie.
It
Which
was
bad guy?
He had the green face with the long gray hair and a hook hand.
Oh, yeah.
He's not in that. Because that
Wait,
would be a
wait, is he
spoiler.
not-
But he fought him at the end.
Is he not
Yeah,
there on the
Right?
left?
Yeah.
Not him. Look, the guy with the...
No. Yeah.
Not the robot.
No. He
No, I
also
know.
had a hook hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that would have been a spoiler because that was a nod to the 1987 movie.
Gotcha.
So they wouldn't put it on the poster. The pig boy who woke up Skeletor,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was also, I think, a throwback to the 1987 movie
Okay.
because there was a contest where somebody could win a walk-on role. And they made him Pig Boy in
cool.
the 1987 movie, and I'm wondering if it's the same actor from '87 that they let into this. Yeah, anyway.
Was the BattleBot an established character?
That is from the '84 movie.
Okay.
Or '84 series. Yep.
Okay, we gotta talk about the BattleBot.
Yeah.
They tried to give it a little heart there at
Yeah.
the end to tug on the heartstrings, and it
Oh, yeah.
kind of worked.
Mm,
I
no.
kind of felt bad. I kind of went. I wish they had gone all the way in and actually just killed it.
Didn't stick the
They
landing.
didn't stick the landing
Yeah.
because they tried they changed the tone of the music. Idris Elba's character, whose name I've already forgotten.
Man in
Duncan.
Arms, Duncan,
Sure.
or Drunken.
Drunken. That was fun.
I cracked up at that.
He seemed distraught by it.
Yeah.
And it looked like it had been blown up completely, and then it was still alive. So
Rebuilt.
they should have just killed it.
Yeah. It wasn't necessary to bring it back except for the one-liner at the end with that.
Yeah.
Like that. And,
Which was
did
funny.
lean into them like laughing. That was funny. But like they
Yeah,
could have
that
done
was-
that a different
yeah.
way.
That was all cartoon. Though.
Yeah.
That was. Oh my god. It was,
Even as not like having not seen the cartoon, I could tell that was exactly
yes. You can see it
a
drawn
nod
that
to
way.
the cartoon.
All right. What did you guys think about the PSA at the end?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So okay, remember in the cartoon that we watched? They did.
Oh,
they did
yes.
the
Yes,
PSA
that
at
was
the
great.
end. Yeah.
That was great.
Muscles don't necessarily make a man. And whatever the second part was.
Right.
But
I was like, you gotta be. They did a PSA at the end of a movie.
Mhm.
In today's story,
Right,
we
you're
saw that. Yeah,
Like what? That was
that
so
was-
much
that was
fun.
cute.
it was good.
Yeah.
It was well done. It was well done.
So we're definitely looking at a potential sequel.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They have multiple
Right.
teases in the
Yeah.
credits.
And I forgot this entire time that Adam has a twin sister.
She-Ra?
She-Ra.
Yeah, Aurora.
Okay.
Princess Aurora. And she was kidnapped by Hordak, who
Okay.
I can't remember if Hordak taught Skeletor or Skeletor taught Hordak. I can't remember which.
Mm.
But anyway, so there's plenty of bad guys and heroes left for sequels.
Can we talk about whether they have bad parents or like the guards are just terrible?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Well,
a good point. I guess bad parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause the dad at the end was like, "I should have said different things." To you.
Oh yeah, that's not what I meant, son.
Yeah.
I know that you carried this weight for a long time.
You're dying.
Yeah.
The metal score.
Yeah.
The metal music score for this.
Yes.
The rock opera sense of the music.
It was good.
It just makes you want to like flex the entire time. It's like,
That's
And-
exactly the point.
And they actually used a Queen song, I think Prince of the Universe, or
Yeah.
Princess
I
of the
didn't
Universe.
recognize that song.
It's from Highlander.
Oh, that's why.
So Queen did the score for the first Highlander movie, and I'm not sure if they use it in the subsequent Highlander movies, but it was just like, oh my God, they're using the Queen score.
was it after the Highlander joke?
Oh
so.
yeah, long.
Yeah. Okay.
But and I liked it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I had read that they're using some of the Queen score for the new Highlander movie, and I'm like, did they waste it here? You know, because it's from the original Highlander movie. So I was like, eh. So that took me out of the movie for a minute, but that's just because I was reading stuff. So that yeah. But man, I love the score. I really.
Yeah, it was
good. It was good music.
It was very
music.
good.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I've talked all about everything I want to talk about.
I feel like yeah.
Yep.
He-Man man.
He-Man man.
Anything else?
Man.
Anything else want to get off your manly chest?
I think we covered it all. Did we get it all?
Yeah.
I think we got it
I
all.
think so.
Yeah.
Put a nice little bow on it.
Yes. I would be excited for a sequel. It would be fun. What do you guys think about the talking tiger? Cringer.
I thought it was didn't.
Yeah, I
liked
wish he was in it more.
Yeah. they
See,
didn't-
I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
I like the amount that they put it in because you can't have a movie about He-Man and not put Cringer in it, but I'm
Right.
glad they only did the little bits that they did
Okay.
to make people happy that he was in there, but they didn't make it a big deal because it would have taken me out of the
I
movie
wanted
too
to see
much.
the transformation.
I
Yeah.
like that
wanted
they
to
were
see
like,
that. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna wear armor later, and then you get the one scene where
Yeah.
he's in
Yeah.
full armor. It would have been
You can't
cool
do
to
everything
see
in
the
one film.
transformation,
Yeah.
but
Right.
Yeah,
I was
I would've
okay with
loved
the amount. that he
The seizure warning of his power up, especially when he gets his armor and in the cartoon, it's just like power up right behind him. He's just like, "Rawr." That'd have been awesome, but whatever, it's fine.
Okay.
We got the payoff anyway.
So Triclops,
Mhm.
with the eyes
Mhm.
that switched.
which they never showed.
Yeah, they didn't, did they?
Yeah,
no, they
no.
showed his one eye, and then
Yeah.
he was gone.
But he also in the cartoon he wields a sword, and so the sniper thing was new, and I guess that was just an update of that. So
And it may be one of those things where they save something for the sequel.
yeah, maybe yeah.
That reminded me that when we watched that episode, and you mentioned how he wasn't allowed to use the sword
Yes.
in the cartoon for actual violence,
Right.
And I'm glad, like, yes, there was some sword violence in the movie. Like, he was slaying these people with the sword. But at the very end, when it came down to it, he didn't use the sword.
That's
Like-
right. He punched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's right.
didn't
Yeah.
defeat Skeletor with the sword.
Right.
And I thought that was
That's interesting.
a nice
Yeah.
nod.
Was it compared to the cartoons overly like? Did He-Man go around killing people in the cartoons?
No, there was no killing.
Well, this would have been a 30-minute movie if they didn't have any.
Yeah.
So.
He kills some people.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he killed his
It's-
father.
It's what everybody wanted
Oops.
the cartoon to be, but it See?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. No. It was a kids cartoon, and yeah.
They
Yeah.
couldn't do it in the cartoon, so they had to put it in a little bit here because it's what everyone wanted it to be in the cartoon.
Let's say one of the big things was, if you remember, like he always like punched people away or like threw them out the window. There was a lot of that.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
But that was really more to show his strength rather than how do
Yeah.
we get them out of here without him killing them? Oh, we'll just throw them out the window. They're done. Okay.
This guy's
okay.
stuck to the ceiling with his back spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some killing. Yeah, it was definitely PG-13.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, all right.
okay.
All that said, we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you for tuning in. If you have not already and you made it this far in this episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd. Leave a like in this video. Leave some comments down below, especially if you've seen this film or you're just familiar with Masters of the Universe in general. Let us know how you felt about this film as a fan of all those properties. And also, please share us with your friends and family over on social media. That goes a long way into supporting this channel. And as a reminder, this is a 4 out of 5 from us here at Eat Sleep Nerd. Some people might call it 3.8. Most of us call it 4 out of 5.
No, you're the only one.
So it's very good. It's a very good film. We highly recommend it. Just go enjoy yourself at the theater. Yeah, all that said, Jason.
Yo.
Mr. He-Man.
Yes.
Mr. He-Man.
That's
Please,
like
Mr.
That's
He-Man
like
was mine.
man.
3 things nerds should be doing before they something power
Wield the power.
before they wield the power of Grayskull.
That's why I'm here.
Well, you can't do anything well unless you're properly fed and well rested. So eat, sleep, and nerd.
Take it easy, people.